Our intention for today's class is about helping to reset our mood. So especially with it being early in the day, the start of a new week for us here, sometimes we take the energy of whatever happened behind us and we keep on heading that forward. And it's almost like it becomes a program where every day looks exactly the same. The energy is the same, the resentments are the same, all of that craziness. And so today, it's almost like we're being a little bit more conscious about our mood, conscious about those little aggravators. And then we're picking maybe one thing out that we'd like to change in our life, if there's anything. So as you head through class, just kind of have that in the back of your mind. It's like, what am I picking out that could be kind of like my seed of change? And then it's almost like that becomes an inspiration that gives us permission to reset the mood. That it's like, okay, I'm changing something. It's like that Einstein quote where if you do the same things, you can pretty much expect the same results. Otherwise, you could be considered insane. Insanity, he calls it. So we're picking out something new so that we can tell ourselves, yes, I am restarting. Things are going to be fresh. So with that newness to help lead us on, and with this nice kind of permission to not have to be stuck in the old forever, that's the idea that will lead us into our beautiful class. So let's take just a couple of easy breath cycles where we inhale for 3 counts and exhale for 5 counts. And use that breath to start off this reset. So inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good work. Start to stretch the arms all the way to the back wall. Let the shoulders wiggle to the right. And shoulders wiggle to the left. A couple of easy cycles like that, back and forth. Beautiful. Spine back through the middle, right hand to chest, take a nice hug. Give the front of the hip a little bit of compression as we're rolling out that right ankle. Hang up the tight stuff. And let's move into hamstring, right leg comes up to sky. Enjoy that chance to stretch, grab on, try to pull the leg in as close as it gets. And we're taking this right heel over to the back left side for this nice supine pigeon. So start to hug the shin in, helping to invite that hip a little bit deeper. Always know if you got confused, just get up with this. Okay, 2 or 3 more breaths. Deep and slow like you were. Maybe that inhale for 3, exhale for 5. We'll start to take out this right leg. Maybe give it one more tug up to the sky. And we'll drop it all the way down. So the left knee comes into chest, give it a hug. Nice ankle rolls start to happen. Like extending up to sky, grab on, hamstring. We're hooking the left heel to the back right, that focus by the head. Hook the ankle, start to slide the shin in. More inhale. Nice exhale to free up this leg. Maybe one more extension up the sky before you drop it down. So then from here, start to free out your head and even your shoulders past the end of the fabric. And then your hands can clasp behind the head to keep the head protected. So the elbows are past the end so that they can be nice and wide, hands clasp behind the head. So from here, right leg extends up to sky, left leg hovers above the fabric so it's free. So from here, we're going to do straight leg switches. So with an exhale, we switch left leg again. Exhale, switch right leg. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the knees down, grab back in the fabric so that we can sit all the way up. Good. So as we're here, thumbs hook into this back into the fabric. Push the fabric down to the comfortable spot. For me, it's right where the back side of my pant line is. So then lean halfway back, hands grip out, back on. Wide legs as you can just slide backwards. Ankles wrap around that fabric. Good. Once your feet upside down, bring the hands behind the head again. We're going to do some nice crunches, this time for the obliques. So the right elbow is pushing up the left as high as it can. Left elbow to right. Use your exhales every time you're do another 3 and 2, 2, 1, 1. Good. A nice twist. So right hand walks forward on the mat, left hand walks backward. Whatever that means for you, it's okay for basic different directions. Let the hips and the legs kind of relax so that they're facing where they were. Then it's just the upper body twisting. Good, and let's switch the twist out, second side. Beautiful. Relax back down. If you'd like to hang a bit longer, maybe use some time just to hang. If at any point you're popping up, you'll give your back some time to relax in the floating child pose, or you can use some shoulder stretches, neck stretches. Let it be your time for a little while. So no rush, those that are hanging. We're going to do a twist, those of us that are up. So don't feel like you're rushed out if you want to just be upside down instead of twisting. So let's bunch up fabric toward front door. And we're extending the arm that's closer to that painted wall, that's the arm that reaches back or circles around the backside. Now take a moment to purposely lengthen the crown of the head up so spine is a lot taller. And then your next exhale, you're going to twist from that extra tall spine. Beautiful. We'll start to release, change it out to the second side. Bunch of fabric. Set up your arms, so either reaching or clasping around the fabric off the back of the head. And again, same thing, extend the crown of the head up. And then continue to rotate. Another beautiful breath goes in, out. Beautiful. Facing forward, grab onto each end of the fabric. Lean back just enough to kind of prep yourself, the leg lift just a bit, and then tilt forward, landing on your feet. Beautiful. So leaving the fabric in front of shoulders like this little backpack. You're going to circle hands above the head once, twice, and then it falls into your hands. So from here, we're going to take some nice hip circles. We can all go at whatever paces feel good. Choose your first direction. So let's say we lean back first, and the hips start to circle to the right. So those that want to go slow, just pause at each of the 4 cardinal directions. Those that want to go fast, you can do like hula hoops back and back and back. Eventually you'll reach a point where you're kind of wiggling your fingers before you switch sides, but no rush. Those that want to do this side a few good rounds. Your fingers need that break, wiggle them out for a moment. When hands are good again, let's take the second direction. Hips to the left. Keep going until those hands are fatigued again. Whenever you're out, let's gently take fabric in front of us. It's a soft grip so the hand can have that break. Start to send that upper body forward, the hips backward. Let's do some slow cat-cows. So we exhale, round the vertebrae to the side. Inhale, belly drops down, gaze. Gotta go slow with that breath. Exhale. Inhale. Take another 3. 2. 1. And just flattening out. Think of trying to find the sitting bones and then make those sitting bones point even more to the back wall. It helps to flatten the low back in a way that includes the hamstring muscles quite a bit. Soft bend to the knees, roll the spine up. Taking right ankle inside. So here, first things first, let's just start to easily slide the hands down. The knee is significantly bent. Try to work on extending it a bit longer. Either stay here or slide the hands up and then continue to head to splits. Weight back over standing leg. Up forward until you're a little bit forward of front leg, just like an inch or so. And then start to let this right leg open out to the right. There's going to be one point with our standing foot where the leg kind of just floats directly off to the side. So if you're not there, the leg wants to go forward or wants to go back, try hopping slightly forward or slightly back until you find that balance point where the leg kind of just stays to the side. Good. So then from there, bunch up the fabric, both ends of the fabric with both hands. We're sliding that left hand up, the right hand down. So this can just be a standing pose, leaning the torso over so you get into the ribs. But if anybody wants a little bit of side splits also, continue to sink some of your weight to the side. Good. Torso up. The left hand stays on the strand that's closer to us. And then as we continue to swing the leg behind us, let the knee bend. Once it's behind you, then the right hand swings in to grab the second one. So it should be at a cross, a low cross behind your back. So both strands behind your back. And just free out your armpit. That's it. There you go. Okay, so then start to lean backwards, dipping into the quad. Yeah, right? Hello. Isn't it funny how much we stretch the hamstrings and we just don't, like, we ignore the quads so much? Beautiful. Bring your weight back over standing leg. What we're going to try to do is extend the leg behind us as much as we can, and then try to keep it as straight as we can, trying to go all the way back forward. So this could be a slow journey. So first we're working on just straightening as much as we can. Good. As you start to release the right hand, slowly let the leg swing through the side. There'll be a point where the femur bone in the socket has to rotate around. As it starts to come slowly forward, you'll need to do a little hop back and take another just enjoyable splits forward. Work. Beautiful. Go back to stand. Slip your right foot, the arch of the foot in. Stand all the way up. So grab up high. Try to rise in a way that won't swing you like crazy. So I'm trying to use my leg strength, use my core, my arm strength. Good. Once I'm standing, this left foot wraps from behind around that up pull. Good. And then my left arm, so my elbow, my shoulder is the one that needs to go forward. Once your left arm is forward, then you can slip the foot a little bit higher for tree pose. We're doing that nice massage on the foot. Give it a couple of breaths. So wrap it from behind. You're trying to give it forward first. Yeah, that's it. You got it. That'll hold a lot more steady. Yeah. Good. And give it 3 more breaths. Just go with that breath that we started with. Inhale for 3. Exhale 5. Just 1 more. Inhale 3. Exhale 5. Good. Grab on the right hand first, and then your left hand grabs as soon as it can. Flamingo, the left knee, so it's forward through the center, the foot's kind of by the knee. So bring it to the unwrap and then bring it in the middle. Yep, you got it. Okay, so now what we're gonna try to do, grip on tight. The second leg is gonna try to match the first and then slowly lower yourself to kneel. You can also kind of just do a hop version. Yep, that works. Nothing wrong with the hop version. Good. So then if you need to wiggle your toes for a moment, that's fine. But eventually what we're doing is grabbing on about shoulder height, tilting the knees forward, and then taking a huge back bend up. Good. Rising up. Grip up just above the head. Try to use the leg strength to bring your body up to there. So it's like a flexed arm hang position. And then bring up the legs, try to slowly lower the best you can. Good work. So now left ankle and side. First things first is just slide the hands down. We're gonna wake up this hamstring. So if there's a lot of bend to the knee, continue to try to let the leg go as long as possible. Either stay here or slide the hands up and then start to sink some weight forward into splits. Beautiful. Weight comes back over standing foot. This is the one where we need to hop forward. So it's like an inch in front of plumb line and then test it out. The leg swings to the side. Does it stay to the side or does it try to bring its way back forward, backward? If so, readjust where you're standing. The ones that stays directly to the side, bunch up both. Slide the right hand up, left hand down. Like, hello, leg. So just staying here is totally fine. No need to go further. If anybody wanted more of a side split, that's okay. Hello. Finding vessels. Good. Weight back over standing leg. The right hand grabs this closer one. And we start to bring the leg behind us, let it bend. Once it's behind, then the right hand slides it to grab. Awesome. Lean back for the quad stretch. Okay, coming up. This one's that slow journey with the leg, trying to be as straight as possible through the whole cycle. So I like to slide hands up first, and then try to extend the leg as straight as it can get behind us. Once we're there, right hand stays, left hand picks to let go. It's a slow journey. Feel the moment when your femur bone wants to rotate, the kneecap comes up. Then continue to face forward, grab one hand on each side, little hop backwards. Let's just take that brief splits for a moment, just sink some weight forward, feel how different it is now. Good. Come back to stand, step the arch of the foot in. We're trying to minimize swinging as we come to stand. So use leg strength, use arm strength, core strength. Right leg wraps around from behind. Good. The foot can be all the way in front. So come from behind, wrap all the way around the pole. So you're still open, yeah, that's it. Wrap your ankle around the front. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And then it's right elbow and then right shoulder that goes forward. Then once the right shoulder's forward, if you want to slide the foot up a little bit, that's fine. Maybe hands can go to the heart. And return to that breath. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 5. One more breath like that. Good. Left hand grabs for safety. Right hand grips as soon as it can, bring its way behind. Unwind the right leg, and then the knee comes through the middle, flamingo. Grab tight at the shoulders. Try to see if you can flamingo the second leg and softly kneel down. Good. Need to wiggle the toes, it's a good point. It's okay. Good. So then grip about shoulder height, tilt the knees forward, arch the heart back. Beautiful. So rising up, grip just above the head height. Leg strength takes us up. Arm strength takes us down. Good work. Grab on and bring the belt right up to the hips. So from here, take the slack out. So we're coming forward a bit, starting to lean into the fabric. Keep it at the bones, not the guts. You free out the hands that you drop the hands forward. 3 huge steps to walk backward into downward facing dog, or straight to hip if you like. Around shin, foot spine relax. So the neck is loose, you can swing it yes and no. We're going to take a little Superman break. So if your hips are tired, come to down dog for a moment. Just kind of lift your hips higher than the fabric. Just a little break. And then when you're ready to set your hips back down, reach each hand up on each strap as high as you can reach. So you're kind of at like a chest parallel to floor position. And then if you got yourself out of plumb line area, get yourself to the spot where you won't swing if you lift your feet off the ground. So then from there, Superman, both legs lift and tap to the floor. We're going to go for 9 and tap. 8, lift, tap, 7, 6, 5. Yep, if your hips need a break, take a break. 4, 3, 2, 1. So you start to drop the toes to floor, drop the hands to floor. Again, try to lift your hips higher than the fabric for a moment. Little hip break. Then we'll try out standing split. So setting hips back down, the right leg swings wide so that when you bend the knee, you can try to catch the right toes on the outside of the fabric. Outside instead of inside. And then once you have your right toes, slide high. On the other side. Try to keep the left toes on the ground. Got it. Just try to slide. Yeah, do that. There we go. Try to slide the leg as straight as it can. You got it. And Sean, you're wrapped on the inside. Now, feel it. Here comes the leg. Let this leg go. Is it inside? Oh, this is outside. Yeah. So if you just got into this side, stay just another breath or two. If you've been here for a while, slowly start to reverse. So slide the foot back down, release it to floor, and then left leg into. Did I do that? Yeah. Actually, completely across to the opposite strand.
Oh,
There you go.
Right.
Almost like, I guess, forcing it into like an eagle's pose almost. But behind you, kind of creative there. Maybe 2 more breaths. Inhale 3. Exhale 5. 3. Exhale 5. Slowly start to head this foot out. And then let's come up. So feet, walk them forward until they're flat on the floor. Give your head lots of time to slowly roll up. Whenever you're up, you're immediately taking fabric behind you so you can lean back. That tender spot right in the hips right now, let's just do a gentle pounding. Like, hello, Celeste. Thank you for all that you've done. Every time I climb stairs, it helps you lift your weight up to that spot. But also thank you today for working your way toward less tightness. And let's walk our feet about as wide as the mat, hands behind the head. Let's bend our right knee and bend our right elbow to the right knee. Good, straighten that leg, bend the left knee, left elbow to left knee. Good, back up. Make sure the fabric is underneath shoulder blades. That's that good spot right underneath, and then start walking your hips forward. We're gonna do the hips right under plumb line, so it's like our legs are in a chair, and then relax your abdominal up. So the spine getting pulled long. Good. For a couple of rounds, we're going to try to do leg lifts. So this could look like just little hops, trying to lift the legs up and then set them down. It could also look like knee swings where we're floating the knees above the ground and doing a full crunch. So it's up to you. Pick the version where you can kind of work with your core. Hops. Or full knee lifts. Good, I'm going to count another 5, whatever you can do. 5. Good. 4. 3, 2, 1. Start to tilt your feet nice and wide. Hands on each inner thigh. Gonna help to press the knees nice and wide. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your left. Right back in the center. So from here, one knee at a time, kneel on the ground. Once we're kneeling, open the arms backwards, send the heart forward, a little back bend. Beautiful. Weight back over the center. Now this time, hands slide up. The legs are gonna come back to that chair position, but go long leg this time. Legs about a little bit wider than the mat. So grip tightly. Start to let the shoulders release forward and slowly lower glutes to ground. Good. Once you're on the ground, slide your hands forward to clasp. Then let your spine try to be as long as possible from the low back up to shoulders. Sitting back up tall. Release the clasp of the hands. Regrip about shoulder width apart. That's kind of the spot that we're at. If you wanted to do one additional rep before you grip, that's fine. We've got the feet in front of us. We'll start to do some pull-ups. So up, up. The good thing about this position is it keeps your elbows squeezed in rather than really being able to go out wide. Up, up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk yourself backward to stand up. Bring out the hands. Shake it. Good work. Okay, so we're still standing behind the fabric. We're grabbing onto the back end of the fabric that's closest to us and waving it out. Good. This time we're sending the whole right leg in. This one's one where you can really tell if you're super far behind plumb line because the whole thing is tilted toward you. So hop up to the point where you can see the triangle just kind of equally down. So from here, either gripping on for balance or trying for the balance challenge, hands free. We'll take a few rounds with the leg going wide and then cross over the front. Try to stick together. So wide, across, wide, across. It's almost like we have a little flag out front. Take another 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back forward, taking a twist. The left arm comes to the inside. The right arm opens out in the twist. Good. Both arms inside. Lean forward a little bit. The elbows bend and push out. That helps to lift up the leg, bringing it right up to us as we're leaning forward. Beautiful. Torso up. The knee bends kind of like pigeon pose, so the legs swivel in. Both shoulders dive forward. This one's one you want it to be not covering. Well, go ahead and cover the glute. And it's just like, almost like a little seat that happens. So from that seat, slide your toes backwards. And then once your toes get to a tucked spot, then push forward so that it helps to stretch the whole bottom side of the foot. It's almost like bringing ourselves into a tippy toe position. Good. So either stay in the toe stretch or go to quad stretch. Left hand scoops up the left knee and slides up to the ankle. Some people can do both hands, but this fabric does kind of block it. So don't feel pressure if you're not anywhere close to both. By the way, this foot that's in the fabric, I like to flex it so that way it's not kind of forcing it into the sickle shape. Good. One more option here. You can stay here or go into lotus. That left foot swings around, grab onto it. You can have a low grip if that's where the hips are. You could grab and stack it if the hips will allow. It just depends on your hips today. If you stack it, sometimes there's enough friction that you can bring hands to heart. Sometimes that would make the foot slip off. So just base it on your body today. Good. Okay, when we drop the left foot back down, swing it backward. As we're already leaning forward, this is bringing us toward pigeon. So if you want more pigeon, start to split the fabric off the glute down toward the knee. That'll allow the hips to drop just a little bit lower. That's okay. You can do it. You can always pause at the best one. I like it too. Now the left foot hops underneath us. Safely come up, grabbing on once we're bringing the shoulders out. The leg extends back out. We're turning our standing toes to the left. And then using the fabric to help us try to bring both hands to floor if you can reach. If you get both hands to the floor, maybe you continue to walk hands forward to your side. To get one more good split stretch. Beautiful. We'll start to free ourselves back out. So take your body weight over the standing leg. One hand or both can grab back on the fabric. I like to bend the standing leg like a spring to just pop me back up. Good. Facing forward, let's switch the legs. Get all the way to the point where left leg is in. Do that little check if you're under line or not. You can tell based on how much it's kind of pulling against you. The triangle should be just kind of equally flaring down. So facing forward, we're trying for the flag waving. So you can grab on or not. A few good rounds, try to stick with your neighbors if you're close to people. Sweep forward and across. One and across. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Leave the leg forward. Right arm comes up to the inside. Left arm circles back. There you go. both arms inside the fabric, elbows bent, elbows push outward to help to lift the leg up to torso. Chest rises up. We start to dive. So take the pigeon pose shape. Make sure the fabric is up to the glute. And dive both shoulders forward and through. You can already start to flex that left foot so it's not tickling. Then the first things first is that toe stretch. So slide the foot back. All the toes and the ball of the foot on the fabric or on the floor, but then you push forward just a bit so that it brings it into that flexion shape. You can stay here or take the quad stretch. Right hand eventually grabs to the ankle. If you ever don't pull the quad here, just pull the knee backwards another inch or two and you'll get right into it. Stay or head to the lotus. Swing that right leg around. Low grip is fine. Stacking is fine. Your joints, especially hips and knees. Start to drop the right foot back to floor. It's pigeon pose. So the leg is straight back. Maybe you start to slip the fabric down closer to the knee, just to help the hips drop down into it a bit more. Hopping underneath plumb line. Safely take shoulders up and out as the leg straightens. We turn our standing toes to the right. Safely drop hands, maybe both of them all the way to the floor. Taking weight to mirror, walking the hands to mirror. So you head back, maybe one hand grips onto fabric, the knee, be like a spring to pop us up. Good, safely take the leg out. Those that want one final inversion can head to straddle back, the fabric behind you like a belt. You start to head backward, wide knees, ankle wrap. Those that want to just do stretching for the last 2 or 3 minutes, that's fine. You can do standing stretches, seated stretches, your preference. So kind of free time for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Give your body the gift that it needs, whatever that is. If you need reminders of how to do anything, just let me know. So don't feel like you're in any sense of rush. Many people come to aerial yoga to be inverted. So this is your chance to really get as much of that inversion time as you need. It's about the point I would normally start taking people into Shavasana. So if you're ready, you're stretched out, you're satisfied, you can head into it at any point, but don't feel rushed. Those that want to be inverting a little bit longer or stretching a little bit longer, take your time. Just enjoy the journey. At some point, we'll eventually be in Shavasana. And when you get to that point, sooner or later, start off your Shavasana with a couple of those breaths that we were practicing. Inhale 3, exhale for 3. That breath to help guide you into this total reset. We've done things that charge up our body, energy-wise, and we've done things that just stretch and refresh us. So now it's the breath taking over, helping us to allow our mood to shift. Here, let's begin to take in our inhales, our exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body, fingers and toes, and wrists. Stretching out in ways that feel good, maybe swinging shoulders left and right. Maybe taking a fetal position, rolling over onto one hip. And circling in, arching back. Fetal position to one side, make sure to balance it both sides. Eventually coming up to a comfortable seated place, no rush. Whenever we rise, sooner or later, hand to the heart, reconnecting to our intention. See if you've had any kind of intuitive urges guiding you toward something that needs to change in life. And with that commitment to make that small change, feel how freeing it is. One more breath of 3. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refreshing with our breath. So with this shift to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.